Thank you, Yazan. Hello, Bak. Hello, grade 7. How are you? And today, guys, we will do exercises, page 557, because some of you asked me about some of the questions in this page. So this is the homework of the last lesson we took, which is probability of compound events. So let's go to page 557, guys, and solve the exercises there. And please, guys, if you didn't solve it yesterday, solve it with us today. If you did solve it yesterday, check your answers. Check your answers. So let's start with the question 1 on page 557. Question 1. Who can read with me, guys? Who can read with me? يلا يا زريت.
Okay, Mr. First,
Yeah.
my phone was in the يعني مصلح, so I
It's
didn't.
okay. Send it today. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
I will
okay.
send it.
Yeah, read.
An Italian ice shop sells Italian ice in 4 flavors: lime, cherry, blueberry, and watermelon.
Wait. So the first thing he sell is the Italian ice in 4 flavors. Lime, I will call it L. Sample space, okay? Lime, I will call it L, okay?
Okay.
And cherry, I will call it C. And blueberry, I will call it B. The fourth one, and watermelon, I will call it W.
Okay.
So these 4 types for the ice, the Italian ice. Lime, what's the name? Lime, cherry, blueberry, and watermelon. 4 kinds. Continue.
The ice can be served plain, mixed with ice cream, or
Cream or as a drink?
as a drink.
Now, any one of them can be. See, we have two sets here. First, the first is the type of the ice. Second is the way to do the ice. Got it? The way to do the ice, which is we have 2 ways, which are mixed with ice. I will call it M. Mixed with ice, okay? Or as a drink, I will call it what? D. Again, you go to this shop or to this juice store. First step, he will ask you, what's the type of the ice drink you like? You have 4 types. After you choose the type, the owner will ask you, what's the way you like? Like when you order coffee from a coffee shop, the owner or the server will tell you or will ask you, what's the type of the coffee? You will tell him Turkish, French coffee, Arabic coffee, and go on. Then he will ask you, how much sugar you need. You will answer him like black coffee or medium sugar, or I like it sweet coffee, and go on. So here, the first thing, the type of the ice drink, then how you make it, mixed or as a drink, okay? Continue.
Using an organized list or table, what is the sample space of possible outcomes?
Good. So from first, I wrote SS, which is sample space. The sample space, like we have experiment with 2 steps. The first step to choose the type of the drink. The second step to choose the way how you will make it, okay? Now we know that how we multiply the sets, right? And we know now already what is the number of the outcomes should be in the sample space. Right, Yazan?
Yes.
How many outcomes should be at the end in the sample space?
4 multiplied 2 equals 8. 8
Which
outcomes.
is 8. So down here, the outcomes should be 8 outcomes. Let's find them together. Now, the first thing, we started with the first outcome here and passes through all the outcomes in the other set. So LM, LM, and LD, right?
Yes.
Then we are done with L. I will go to the C, which is, what's the C? Cherry? Yeah. C with M, CM, and C with D, right, yeah, Yazan?
Yes.
I'm done with the C. I'll go to the B, the blueberry. Blueberry with M and B with D, right?
Yes.
I'm done with B. I will go to the W, watermelon. Watermelon with M, WM,
WM
and WD. But I want to choose, let's count first to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay,
So
sure.
as we said, we have 8 outcomes and they are there. Here they are, right?
Yes.
Now, let's choose one of the outcome to understand them. For example, CD. What's the CD? CD means you will choose cherry and
it's
as a drink, right? BM means blueberry and mixed ice, right?
Yes.
So here are all possible outcomes or possible orders you can order from this shop.
You cannot yes.
This is question 1, only to find the sample space.
Okay.
Thank you. Question 2, guys.
Only in this question we need to find the sample space?
Yeah, read the question. The question said,
the answer is 18.
What is the sample space of the possible outcomes, right? This is the sample space.
Yeah, the answer is 8, or we'll write this.
لا يا ابني read the question. يا ابني read the question. The question said, what is the sample space, right?
Yes.
Hi, the sample space. If the question said, how many outcomes in the sample space? No need to make it. You can find the number. 4 by 2 is 8. So you will say the outcomes are 8 in the sample space. No need to write it. If the question wants you to write the sample space, write it. So depends on the question, guys. Everything depends on the question. Question 2. Mustafa. Please, guys, copy with us. Copy. Copy. These are important. Question 2. Read it, Mustafa.
Okay. A deli offers a lunch consisting of a soup, salad, and sandwich from the menu shown in the
بس
table.
خلاص لحظة. Sample space. See, I prepare everything. Sample space equal. Now, the first thing you need to choose soup, salad, and what?
Sandwich.
Sandwich. Soup, I will call it SO. Soup. Okay? Why I make shortcuts, guys? To make it easy for me. That's all. Yani you can say lime, cherry, what's this? I don't know, blueberry, watermelon. You can write them. But I make shortcuts for me, symbols, just to make it easy for me. That's all. So soup, I will say SO. And salad, I will say
SA.
SA, salad. Okay? And sandwich, I will say SAN. ماشي. SW sandwich. بصير. خلاص؟ And 3 or 4 احنا عندنا 3. Soup, salad, and sandwich. This is the first choice you need to choose, right? Continue.
Yeah. Construct and use a tree diagram to determine the sample space of the event.
حلو. Now,
how many
the soup, لحظة شوي. The soup has 2 types. Tortellini down, see the table?
Yeah.
tortellini and lentil. I don't know what are these names. I know mansaf, you know. Salad, we have
Caesar
what's
and
this?
macaroni.
And macaroni. Sandwich, roast beef,
Roast
ham,
beef, ham,
turkey,
turkey.
right? So
Yeah.
we have for each one we have two types, right?
Except the sandwich, we have 3.
And the sandwich we have 3. Now, what's the question once? Read.
How many possible outcomes are in the sample space?
How many possible outcomes in the sample space? Here the question doesn't ask me about what is the sample space. The question wants me to know
How many
outcomes in the sample space, right?
Yeah.
So we have 3 here, and for each one we have 2, right? Unless the last one, except the last one, we have 3. صح?
Yeah.
So we have in the table, guys, we have 2 for the soup, 2 for the salad, and 3 for the sandwich. Let's read the question again. A customer randomly chooses lunch consisting of soup, salad, and sandwich. Construct and use a tree diagram. I don't use the tree diagram here, we know that. How many possible outcomes are in the sample space, right?
Yes.
So look here, I will make it easier way. For the soup, how many choices we have?
2.
2 choices.
And lentil.
Whatever, 2 choices, right?
Yeah.
For the salad also
2 choices.
2 choices. For the soup, what's this? The sandwich, we have
3 types.
Choices, right?
Yeah.
So here we have 2 choices, 3 choices, right?
Yes.
So how many samples, how many outcomes? Here we have 2.
12.
Here we have 2. And here we have how much?
3 equals 12.
2 times 2, 4. Multiply 3 is
12.
12 outcomes. So here I did the answer without writing the sample space like this one. This one, the question wants the sample space, but here the question wants us to know how many outcomes in the sample space. So we have 3 main types, and each type, the first one has 2 choices, 2 choices, 3 choices. 2 times 2 times 3 is
12.
12 outcomes. What are the 12 outcomes, by the way? The soup with the first type, which is what, yeah, Mustafa? Tortellini. The soup with the second choice. The salad with the first choice, the salad with the second choice. The soup with the first, the soup with the second, the sandwich, sorry, with the third. And if you make multiply with sets here, you will have 12 outcomes. Do you understand it?
Yeah, Mr. Saki.
Goodbye. This is a question 2, guys. From where I get these choices, guys? From the table. They gave you the table. See it? The table. Let's see question 3 now. Now, question 1 and 2 ask me about the sample space. Question 1, what is the sample space? Question 2, how many outcomes in the sample space? Let's see question 3. Ammar, read.
Okay.
Focus, guys. Question
spinner
3 is important one. Focus, please. Yeah.
The spinner shown has 6 equal size sections and is spun twice. What is the
Best. We have a spinner with 6 equal sections labeled from 1 to 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All have the same probability to happen, right?
Yes,
But
equally sized.
how many times this spinner is spun or was spun? Twice.
Yes.
Twice means 2 times. In the previous lessons, guys, remember the theoretical probability. We said if the spinner is spun once, What is the sample space? Either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Once. If I ask you a question, what is the probability to have 4? You will say we have 1 4 over what? 6.
Over 6.
Because it was once. But in this lesson, how many times?
Twice.
So this is the possibilities for the possibilities for the first one. And the second spin, what is it?
The second spin is the same.
It's the same. ما هو انت بتلف اول مرة. What are the possibilities from 1 to 6? طب لفيت وسجلت. Now you need to spin the second time. What are the possibilities? Also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right? طب
Yes.
I just made the first step in the sample space. Really, actually, I don't know what's the wanted from the question, so continue.
What is the probability that the product of the number spun is 12?
Hello. Now we spun 2 times, right?
Yes.
So we have 2 numbers. The question said, what is the probability that the product of the 2 numbers which you have is less than?
Is
it 12 exactly?
Yes.
But to know the numbers, guys, let's find what? The sample space. To know the type of the numbers. This will be, look here, 1 1. شو يعني 1 1؟ مش 11. ركزوا، هذه مش 11 هذه. هذه means the first span is 1, the second span also 1. مش هيك يا مستر؟
Yes.
بعدين 1 2. عشان ما تخربط you can put like this bracket, comma, 1 with 2, 1 with 3, 1 with 4, 1 with 5, and 1 with 6, right? طب خلصنا ال1. وين هلا؟ 2. 2 with
2 with 1. 2 with 1. 2.
2 with 2. Until
2 with 6.
No need to write them all. I want you just to imagine them, okay? I got done with 2. Now 3 with 1.
3 with 1.
3 with 2 until 3 with 6. 4 with 1 until 4 with 6. 5 with 1 until 5 with 6. Last one, 6 with 1 until 6 with 6. But my question is, how many outcomes should be in this sample space?
36.
36, because the first step we have 6 outcomes. The second 6 outcomes means the total number of the outcomes is 36. Okay, now let's go back to the question. What is the probability that the 2 numbers spun is 12? Let's think and find the choices. Give me 2 numbers. If you multiply them, you have 12.
2 with 6.
2 with 6. هلا the event. Guys, here the event. The outcomes for the event. The event, which is the thing that the question asked me about. The event, 2 with 6, you said, right?
Yes, 2 with 6.
Why
6 with 2.
Because 2 multiplied 6 is 12.
12.
Right. What else?
6 with 2.
6 with 2. What else?
3 with 4.
3 with 4 and
4 with 3.
But can I choose 3 with 2? No, because the multiplication, the product means to multiply. The product here is 6. Can I choose 2 with 2? No, the product is 4.
No.
Can I choose 4 with 6? No, the product is 24. The question determined the product to be what? 12. Here, 12, 12, 12, 12, right?
Yes.
Now we are ready to find The probability. What is the probability, Mr.?
4/36.
The probability is the number of the outcomes for the events, which is we have 4 outcomes, over the sample space outcomes, the whole, the total, which is
36.
36.
We can
And 4
can
over
be
36 is 1 over
1/9.
9. 1 over 9. And you can make it simplest form as decimal, as percent, whatever. This is a question 3. But is this, look here guys, for example, assume that I bring this question in the exam. Is this here important to write? No. It is not wanted from you, but I wrote it for you just to imagine the sample space, how it looks like, okay? This is question 4. It is 1 over 9. Question 3, sorry. Question 4. Question 4. Question 4. What we have? Faris, read.
A number from 0 to 9 is
Faris,
Yes.
Faris,
Hello.
raise up your voice يا ابني. علي صوتك.
Now good.
علي صوتك يلا احكي.
A number from 0 to 9 is randomly selected, and then a letter from A to D is randomly selected.
بس.
Yes.
What we start with?
A number from 0 to 9.
Yeah, a number from 0 to 9. What are the choices here? 0, 1,
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right?
Yeah.
Then a letter, this is the first step. A number from 0 to 9 is selected. Then a letter from A to?
From A to D.
A or B or C or D. So we want to select a number, then we want to select a letter. Can you tell me what is the number of the sample space outcomes? How much or how many outcomes should be?
3 and the constants are selected.
Habib, I'm asking you, what is the number of the outcomes for the sample space should be?
36?
No, 40. Why 40? Here, you look here, right? 9 multiply 4. No, count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10.
10. We have 0. A number from 0 to 9, we have 10 outcomes. Now 10 here, multiply here, we have 4, equal 40 outcomes. Be careful, guys. If you have 0, count from 0. Don't look at the last number here, and these are not 9 numbers. Here we have 10 numbers. So we have 40, what? 40 outcomes in the sample space. How the sample space looks like? 0 with?
0 with
A. 0A, 0B, 0C, 0D. صح؟
Yeah.
طيب 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, right?
Yeah.
2A, 2B,
2B,
2C, or 2D, right?
Yeah.
And go on. مش هيك؟
Yeah.
How many we have? 40 outcomes, right? يعني هذا 1, 2, 3, 4 until 40. Now let's see what the question wants. Guys, if you notice that from each question, I prepared always the sample space, because if you prepare the sample space correctly, everything then will be easy. Continue.
What is the probability that the number 3 and the constant are selected?
Hello. 3 and what?
A constant.
Consonant, right?
Yeah.
So we want 3 and consonant. احكي معي أشوف. 3 with A بيزبط.
And no.
The event outcomes are 3 with A بيزبط.
No.
3 with B بيزبط.
Yes.
هاي 3 with B, 3B, right? 3 with C
Yeah.
بيزبط.
Yes.
3 with C. 3 with D بيزبط.
Yes.
3 with D. So how many outcomes for the event?
3.
3 outcomes. The question said, what is the probability to have the number 3 and a consonant, right?
Yeah.
What are they? 3 with A بيزبطش. A is vowel.
Yeah.
3 with B, 3 with C, 3 with D only. So how many outcomes in the event we have?
3.
And how many outcomes in the sample space we should have?
40.
So what is the probability now?
Is 3 over 40.
Yes. There is no simplest form here. You can make it decimal and person, as we did always. Do you understand it, Yabni?
Yes.
Goodbye. Question 5, guys. Question 5, guys. Abdullah.
Yes, mister.
You understand the questions, ya Abdullah?
Yes.
Question 5, read.
Lorty tosses a coin 4 times. What is the probability of tossing 4 heads?
Hello.
Express
Wait.
at
Wait. Tossing a coin, how many times?
4 times.
How many times? احكي معي.
4.
4 times. طب, let's toss the first time. What are the possibilities?
Head or tail?
Head or tail. The second time, what are the possibilities?
Also head and or tail.
Head or tail. The third time, what are the
Head or
possibilities?
tail.
Head or tail, right?
Yes.
And the fourth time,
Head or tail.
what is the number of the outcomes for the sample space?
Number of the outcomes for the sample space. 16, mister.
Mumtaz. Here we have 2, here we have 2, here we have 2, and here we have 2, right?
Yes.
2
Yes.
times 2 times 2 times 2, we have 16 outcomes, right? But
Yes.
is there a need to write the sample space? No. No need to write the sample space. But if you want no need to write the sample space. But if you want to write it, it's easy. Let's start with the first 2 here. See them?
Yes, yes.
It will be, look guys, head head, or head tail, or tail head, or tail tail, right?
Yes.
Look here guys, head head, or head tail, or tail head, or tail tail, right?
Yes.
These are the first 2, but the second 2.
Head, head.
The second 2, head
Head,
head,
head.
head tail,
Tail.
tail head, or tail tail, right?
Yes, yes.
Head head, head tail, tail head, or tail tail,
Tail.
right? Now we pass the first product with the second product. Head head, head head, right? It will be
Yes.
like this. Head, 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 head. This one with this one. Now head head with Head tail, right?
Yes.
Head head with head tail. But head head with tail head.
Tail head.
Head head with tail head. Head head with tail tail, right?
Yes.
I'm done with the head head. Where I'll go now?
Head tail.
Head tail. Head tail with
Head head.
head tail with head
Head,
head.
head.
And go on until
Yes.
I
Complete.
finish the sample space, but it is not wanted from me. Now, my question is, the question wants us to find the probability of landing in 4 heads. يعني انت تمسك الكوين هذه تتوس the first time head, second time head, third time head, fourth time head. What is it? This one, right?
Yes.
Do we have other like this one? No, impossible.
No.
The
Yes.
other should be with tails. They don't want the tails. They want only the heads.
Head.
4 heads without tails. How many events or how many outcomes for the event?
1.
1. On the total,
16.
so what's the probability equal?
1/16.
Yes.
But Mr. Here they're asking it in percentage.
They want what?
Percent. In percent.
Okay. Express as per. ماشي. Divide. يلا. Use the calculator, guys. 1 divided by 16. How much? Let me just. 1 divided by 16.
0.625.
No, 0.0625, right?
Yes.
Now, if you multiply it with 100, it will be 6.25-ish percent. This is question 5. Do you understand it here?
Yes, Mr.
Good. Notice that, guys. Each question in the probability in general, not only in this lesson, I try to start with the sample space. Even the question doesn't ask me about it. Why? Because if you know the sample space, the number of them, and how it looks like, you can find the probability easily by counting only. Then you can turn it to decimal by dividing. If you want to turn it to percent, multiply with 100 and go on. You know this idea.
Yes.
These are the exercises which are on page 557, guys. Guys, with this question, we are done with this year, okay? This is the last lesson we will take in this semester and in this academic year. So
Sure.
we have 2 classes. These guys focus with me here. We have 2 classes on tomorrow, right?
Yes.
And on Thursday.
Yeah, last period, Thursday.
Okay. Now the last 2 periods, guys, are for revision for the final exam.
Sir, I think we should revision for model 9.
Okay. So you check your study portion, guys, and try to make your revision, quick revision before the exam. And if you have any questions, select it. If you have any ideas you don't understand them, select them. So we have 2 modules, right?
Yes, 9 and 10.
We will make tomorrow, guys, we will make it for module 9. And Thursday, we'll make it for module 10. Volume, surface area, and probability. So guys, try to prepare anything, any question, any idea, any example, any check, anything. You don't understand it, I'm there in Tuesday and Thursday waiting for your questions. That's all for today. Hope you understand it very well. and yes يا ابني بسرعة.
So can you show me question 5?
I will send it to your inbox, don't worry. I'll send it to your inbox, okay guys? Thank you so much and have a good day. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Ramadan Kareem.